Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, everyone has been talking about Hbar. Hedera has been taking over my timeline a little bit on Twitter, and it is something special, and I know that a lot of people are probably going to say in the comments, but you follow everyone that is, holding Hbar. You have all the Hbar, following list on your, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I've been seeing Hbar popping up from accounts that I don't even know about. So to me, I think that when we look at the social contributors, when we look at the social engagement, Hedera has been taken over. We do see here Insight Hbar social contributors measured daily hit an all-time high of 10,740. And here you guys have it. This is in a 2-year activity. Like, look at us compared to just like recently. This is something special. Hedera has been taken over. They have been active, extremely active, I should say, actually, on all socials. They are becoming a very, very known name around crypto right now. And I know that everyone's going to reflect on last year, whatever. Listen, compared to last year, Hedera's name has spread rapidly. It's been like a wildfire at this point, where everyone is learning about what Hashgraph is, why Hedera will play a pivotal role in not only CBDCs, but DeFi, NFTs, Web3, etc. Like, things have been spiraling out of control on social, and it is something special. Also, not only that, but if you look at the ecosystem, and shout out to Cbdc for this, you can see the growth. The Hedera Hbar ecosystem is gaining traction. 40,000 plus accounts created a week. 81,000 plus in a month. Will we hit 160,000 new accounts a month? How come? DeFi with Saucer Swap Labs, Coinbase Assets, Listing News, Zeus Market, Hedera NFTs, MTech Inc., CBDCs, NZ, AU, stablecoin as well. Like, I'm telling you guys, things are changing, and they are changing rapidly. Up 255% in regards to account creation in just the 1 week span. You also do see over here, on the 1 month span, 116% as well. I think things are starting to really change. And I said this even going back a few videos ago, and I even said it going back as far as like 2021 as well. I said, this entire market is underexposed to what Hedera is doing. I truly believe that if people really learned what Hedera is focused on, what the efficiencies around Hbar is as well, I don't believe that they would be doubting Hbar's price targets going forward. I don't think that we should even put a valuation on Hedera at this current moment in time, just because it is too early to even discuss where Hbar could actually, go. All I know is this, right? I really don't care about the price of Hbar, because I know at the end of the day, 1 Hbar is 1 Hbar. I don't care about fiat pricing on a lot of these assets. I think that it is more of a distraction, and I think that if you only focus on that, you're going to be miserable in this space. And this is not me saying, hey, price doesn't matter at all. No, it does. I mean, especially if you want to make money, but I'm just saying it's almost like, going out and buying a new car, and then a new model comes out, and all you focus on is that new model, and you're not even enjoying the new car that you just bought. You're going to be miserable. You're going to want more. It's the same exact thing that happens every single time around this market. You got to remember, this is money that we're playing with. So whenever you are looking at finance, whenever you're looking at money in general, if you only focus on the money aspect, you are not going to focus on things actually happening. And right now, the ecosystem around Hedera and the social engagement is flourishing rapidly. And I think that this is very good. Just wait until the price action does follow. And a lot of people will argue that it's not going to, and that's totally fine. I do respect everybody else's opinion, but in my opinion, when we go and look at what Hedera is doing, I do believe that they are becoming a solidified future player within this market that is going to rapidly change the entire landscape of crypto, and ultimately will become a top 10 player. Now, also, talking about that, we do see, yet again, another article touting a CBDC where Hedera is mentioned. Hedera Governing Council member IIT Madras is a leading university in India. In this blog post from their technical society, we learn about CBDCs and how they can leverage Hedera and Hbar as a core piece of infrastructure. Now over here, we do see what is the digital rupee, and this is from September 1st. And if we scroll down here, they do talk about CBDCs. They talk about, what it is compared to like fiat. You do see the present, you do see the future as well. CBDC at this, front service. You do see the services within there, and then you do see like the end user cutting out those intermediaries. And we even do see the BIS settlements, or the BIS, report states that over 80% of central banks are already researching CBDCs. It begs the question, why are these institutions preoccupied with CBDCs? In this explainer, we'll cover CBDCs and their importance in digital economies, countries exploring their use cases, and even the road to mass adoption. And here you guys have it. The three main elements: a digital currency issued by the central bank and universally accessible. We've been talking about CBDC for a while. You don't really need a full-on breakdown of this. I'm sure that you guys are probably all aware. And here you have why issue a CBDC. So when we look at this, the efficiencies behind it is just the idea of having quicker payments, quicker settlement, and also everything in between there, like energy sustainability, scalability, cost, all of that kind of stuff goes hand in hand. Now also down here, no physical coins or notes are available to individuals in a digital society, and all money is exchanged in a digital format. If a country intends to become a cashless society, a digital currency with government/central bank backing is a credible alternative. Now, I've always said I actually don't like this idea. I don't like these retail CBDCs. I think that they're absolutely terrible. I don't think any retail individual should be, cheering this on. I love the idea of a wholesale CBDC. That is when a central bank themselves is only having their digital currency. That improves the efficiencies of that party, but we do see a push beyond, the wholesale CBDC. It looks like they're going to try to have a retail CBDC globally take over, where we are on a cashless society, which I don't think is the right move, and I actually do think that there's a lot of darkness behind that push, and it does start with the World Economic Forum. But down here, we do see the pressure for governments to adopt the CBDC is strong, as the market for private e-money is on the rise. If it becomes mainstream, beneficiaries are at the disadvantage because e-money providers aim to maximize their profits instead of the general public. Issuing a CBDC would give governments, an edge over the competition from private e-money as well. And we do see that it is focused on the RTGS system, the real-time gross settlement infrastructure, which could ultimately use a facelift. And this is where we do talk about cross-border payments. It's a $156 trillion market. We've been discussing that area for a while, specifically around Ripple with XRP. Will Hedera be able to sit at that table as well? 100%. I think that Hedera plays a pivotal role within that aspect too. And down here, we do see the different types of CBDCs. They do break down the retail CBDC. They talk about even the wholesale as well. Again, I support the wholesale. Do not like the retail at all. And here are the countries experimenting with CBDCs. They do say China, Bahamas, and then down here the CBDC's path to mass adoption. We do see a few things, within this. They're talking about decentralized blockchains today have a user beware attitude. All transactions are irrevocable, once settled, and assets cannot be recoverable if the transacting party is unwilling to cooperate with legal authorities. This is not a viable option for CBDCs aiming for mass adoption. Then they do mention a few other things around like regulations and stuff like that. But this is where Hedera plays the role. So a CBDC needs a proper management infrastructure wherein transactions can be first verified and then modified under the jurisdiction's law. With Hedera acting a publicly verifiable log of transactions for CBDCs that live in permission blockchain frameworks, banks that layer customer services on top of the payment layer can trust and verify that transaction information is accurate. Remember what I told you guys about the trust layer of the internet. Hedera is most likely going to be the trust layer behind CBDCs in regards to their infrastructure. And again, where does XRP play a role? The global liquidity source. I think that these tokens have a distinct use case advantage compared to most out there within this market. But when we really kind of look at Hedera, I think that it really kind of begs the question, what is more secure? First off, what is more secure but also more sustainable? This is why I did talk to you guys about the green CBDC push, because I think that Hedera plays a perfect role in that aspect. But also, like I said, we need to have something that is really kind of hitting the pain point on everything: security, compliance, and auditing. But also, you got to see the efficiencies behind CBDCs as well, which is cost, sustainability, scalability. I mean, this is the big area, but also instant settlement, right? Rapid transactions demand rapid settlement. I've said this time and time again on this channel when it comes to XRP. It is the same with Hedera and Hbar. Remember, when we really kind of look at these systems that we are utilizing on a day-to-day basis, like the RTGS system, or even, we really kind of look at it from like the Federal Reserve standpoint too, with the FedNow service. This major push is to revolutionize these payment rails, because at the end of the day, these are extremely inefficient, and there's a lot of issues that arise with them, specifically around the cross-border payment market, which again is a massive market sitting at $156 trillion, projected to balloon to over $200 trillion within the next 3 to 5 years alone. So this is a very large amount of money to focus on. But I do think that crypto is at the core system for that. Why? Well, you are seeing it. You are seeing the major push behind CBDCs. Not only are you seeing the major push behind CBDCs, but you're also seeing the major push behind Web3 as well. And I do think that when you look at the heart and soul of Web3, what is going to be the main player behind that? It's going to be the trust assets. It's going to be the trust layers of the future. To me, Hedera with ABFT, right, which we have talked about for a while on this channel, I think that ABFT is a very, very key aspect around the mechanism that Hedera is built upon. That is key for the success of CBDCs, of Web3, of crypto itself, right? Trust is always the focus point, specifically now too. Go back a couple months ago with, the Luna crash. I think that really kind of weakened the links around trustworthiness around crypto. I mean, you talk to anyone about crypto, and guess what? They either think, 1, it's a scam, 2, they're going to lose their money because, again, it's too volatile, it's very risky, or 3, right? You look at, what is happening all the time on, Twitter with a lot of these projects. You see rug pulls, and people think that this is all pertaining to every single project in this space. Remember what I've said about regulations? I do think that regulations are key for this market, because that 1% of this market, and you can look at, a lot of these tokens. I talk about it all the time on this channel, but I also talk about it, even on Twitter. I really kind of discuss the idea that like some of these tokens do have the potential to not only change the entire landscape of the financial system, but ultimately replace a lot of the inefficient, aspects of the system. That 1% of this market is going to truly be a major opportunity for anybody who is here to take advantage of it. We look at, Casper, QNT, AOBT, XRP, Chainlink, HBAR, all of these tokens that we talk about that are extremely, utility based, are going to be the successful ones. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, every single token in crypto is great. No, I think that there's a very large percentage, and I think that it's roughly 90 to 99% of this market is complete trash. So when we actually look at this market, like that 1% will change the world. And I ask you the question on, are you invested into that 1%? Because those 1% are here. They're right in front of everyone's eyes, but most of the people that are sitting in this market, going back to the beginning of this video, are focused on one aspect: the price per token. Remember, we are in a speculative market. The price does not really matter all that much. I look at this market and I'm sitting here and, if I'm invested in this market for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, even 4 years, that is such a short amount of time whenever it comes to an investment opportunity. I think that within the next 3 to 5 years, and I'm not saying that you have to wait 3 to 5 years, but I'm saying in the next 3 to 5 years, I could easily see HBAR at double digits. I could see it in the top 10, and I could see crypto ballooning to roughly $10 to $20 trillion in market cap potential. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.